the Waffle Bros. I'm Corwin.
And I'm Uko.
And we are back with more Serious Sam's Siberian Mayhem, picking up where we left off, about to shoot a horrifying dude made out of tumors until he explodes into a billion pieces.
That guy had like threemers or formers.
Yeah, that was...
Now he's a former
He was
tumor.
a former tumor. Exactly. Oh, we both jumped on top of that like a beast. Oh no, those dudes are like, they're slanging explosive rope at me or something like that. Something like that. There we go. And it's time to get stuck in, darling.
You destroyed
You
You didn't just destroy his forearms, you destroyed all of his arms.
Yes. I mean, he has four arms, and I destroyed all of his forearms. I am picking up what you're putting down. I just riggedy wrecked those guys. Riggedy freaking wrecked with a capital R and a capital T.
Did that thing explode when you went near it?
I think it might have exploded, and how shall I put this? Burned Serious Sam's genitalia, which are probably already scarred from all the STDs. So, you know, let's not pretend like it matters.
Yeah, kind of like Duke Nukem himself.
Yup.
We talked about how he had a crater field of venereal crotch wounds.
Yes, he did. Oh, we in a train yard. There really is no more classic video game shooter location than a derelict train yard
with a bunch of barbed wire.
Also, is this supposed to be kind of similar to the Pripyat? Because it kind of feels a bit Pripyat-y. That's yes, Pripyat-y.
Pripyatish.
I just made up that word, Pripyatish, and cattish, and oh yeah. Let me work over your horrifying nose cone.
Remember,
working the nose cone. That does not sound good at all.
Remember, in the Chernobyl zone, they have those funguses that can eat the radiation.
Feed off radiation?
Yeah.
Look, why don't we like scoop up those funguses and like use them to clean other radioactive areas? Or
at the very least, put them in like CAT scan rooms or whatever, so the technicians.
And then you just like pluck a shroom. Plucking a shroom does not sound.
But yes, like
we got ourselves a minigun.
Like instead of having to pay for lunch, they just scrape fungus off the walls and make burgers out of it.
You're not wrong.
That sounds gross.
It wanted me to use the minigun on those dudes, but I refused. No. Okay, now it's minigun time. Now it is minigun and maxi gun time. That was pretty beastly. We are actually getting some serious support from our rolling homie dogs here. So
yeah, usually the NPCs.
I got respect.
Yeah, usually this type of game has NPCs that are like mostly useless.
Yep.
If not
mostly
entirely
harmless, as it were. Okay, there's still a bunch of dudes over there. Skadoosh. No. Smellicopter. Smell you later.
Alien gator.
Dude, the helicopter wanted to cop a feel Serious Sam's booty hams
with its tentacles.
Kind of fell over in this area that I wasn't.
Yes, I said tentacles.
Look, they're aching for tenta snaking.
I pronounced it incorrectly.
That's how it's done. That's how it's Oh, holy shit! There is a gigantic group of motherfuckers. The homies stopped properly contributing to this this situation here.
It's because you praised them. Don't praise the machine.
Yeah, don't praise the machine, but you have to rage against the machine. That's essential.
I didn't have time yesterday to click on it, but I saw a headline from some futurology like subreddit or something talking about how there may be advanced AI that are already sentient or self-aware or whatever you want to call it.
Like in like government labs or like publicly known or what?
Something about like maybe like the already known, like, you know, research AI, you know, that are in
So you're telling me those chatbots that I told about my penis when I was 14,
dude, it's probably
that they're sentient
It's probably those. And they remember all that stuff you said about penises and
Yup.
and putting your dick in Jello. And you didn't say that.
No, I didn't. I didn't ask anything creepy of the chat bots, but I did try to make them say dirty words, and sometimes they did.
Yeah, they did.
Sometimes
I didn't tell them anything particularly creepy either, but I will admit that I sometimes, for fun, would tell them would completely contradict like obvious facts.
Truths.
Yeah, like
you were an anti-truth
nothing political.
Agent.
Nothing political.
But like the sky is green.
That kind
exactly.
Of thing.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just to see, incorrect
it's
things.
An anti-truth agent. That
I
sounds
also,
like that is the most fascist-sounding thing.
I also told it incorrect chess moves that were possible.
Pawn to your booty king. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Maybe this makes me a really sick person or a near genius or something, but I had it in my head that maybe they would use its code also for chess. And so maybe I could fuck up the chess bot.
Sniping that dude downtown. Now, this is something we weren't sure if we were going to talk about on the channel at all, but our father is in the hospital right now having like a minor, or he already had the minor surgery. So, I mean, it was like
medium
unnecessary surgery, but like it was a surgery that was like certain to succeed, that kind of thing. And so he's there in like a private room recuperating, and our mother is there as well. And when I was talking to them earlier, he told me like, yo, I saw a robot go down the fucking hall.
Past the window.
Past like the door,
and
the glass door they
It was
have.
unaccompanied and autonomous.
And it had like an arm, some sort of like articulated arm, and it was like looking left and right with its robot head. I was like, holy shit, we got ourselves some
Jetsons
robot
future.
technology going on right now.
See, what's weird about that, right, is that I was perfectly aware that he was going to be surgerized by a robot.
But yeah, the fact that there's like robots walking down the hall,
that weirded me out.
That's somehow much weirder to me. Also, we got ourselves a monster fish over there. We got ourselves a floating monster fish.
It kind of does remind me of the super whale, the flying whale from Zelda Super Sex Galaxy or whatever.
Yes, you're not wrong. Also, floating monster fish are FMF, which is it's, how shall I put this? It's my favorite kind of three-way. Okay. Oh, that's childish, but
Well, remember,
I says what I says.
We've talked about this,
and I minced it.
We have talked before about how I had that bizarre nightmare when I was a child about women having sex with blue whales and sperm whales.
I didn't remember this somehow, but I'm sure you told everyone about this.
Yeah, and it freaked me out because I knew it wasn't possible physically, no matter how much yoga you do.
I don't know. I'm sure we've probably talked about this before, but I used to have this like really weird patch of skin on my foot, and like
a callus?
Yeah, like not a callus. It was like a weird patch of skin. I don't even think it was a callus, but for some reason, I kept having dreams that it would start talking. It would like develop a mouth and like talk in Barry White's voice. That's what happened.
Was it threatening or reassuring?
No, it was reassuring. Barry White was. I don't think he's alive.
Rest in peace.
I don't know.
Did it have teeth?
No, I don't know. It's just, I couldn't really see it that well since it was on the side of my foot, but it had a syrupy and wonderful voice that was calming. So yeah, that's my story of the day.
Don't put shoes on though, I'll suffocate. Seriously, it's murder.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of wearing shoes. Like, I know that recently there was some sort of New York Times article where it was like, no, I'm not gonna take off my shoes in your shoeless house. And to me, it's like, well,
then fuck off.
Then you're not going to be coming into my shoeless. I don't care if you don't want to come into my shoeless house. That's fine.
Because what you're saying though is like, I would love to track COVID and dog shit into your house.
I mean, what they're really saying is the more important thing to me is what they're saying is I have no respect for you and your property. That's what they're saying. And
totally.
I'm not with that. I'm not with that. So it isn't even really about, like, I could shampoo my carpets, right? It isn't even about the carpets at that point. It's about the fact, I haven't read the article, so for all I know, like, the dude somehow makes good points about this. I doubt it. But just to me, it's like, if you're not willing to obey my household rules,
then you can just fuck off.
Yeah, it's like,
bitch.
if you don't like my barefoot fire, then don't come around, because I'm gonna take one off, and by that I mean a sock.
And then also the other one.
Yeah. That's actually the thing is though. I wear socks. You can wear socks if you want.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? You know what I can't get down with.
Go on.
The socks that are like foot gloves with the individual toes.
The toe socks. They kind of skeeve me out. I don't know why. It's like, I talked about this before. The game froze for okay. This is a bad
bench. It's the bench.
It's a Breaking Bad. Oh, maybe it was all those dudes spawning in. Maybe it wasn't the bench that was the problem.
Well, you know what they call that to test how many things can run at the same time?
A benchmark? Please stop trying to throw your snot rope at me, bro.
Ew.
I don't appreciate it. So how about you go fuck off?
Oh, Chunkalicious.
Chunkalicious. I don't know why I started singing that. But
the Russian industrial setting reminds me, again, of that game. What is it, Atomic Hearts or something?
Oh, yeah, I want to play that Atomic Heart game.
We gonna play that.
So,
oh, yes.
Fuck it. I think it's going to be on the Game Pass, too.
Yes.
I think it's going to be on the Xbox Game Pass. So,
it's gonna be good.
Those of you who watch, like, all of our videos, you'll probably have noticed that yesterday, when we were playing Infernax, I got totally cornholed by that game. Like, in a way that's unusual for me.
Well, the game has its own specific rhythm.
It's got one of those feelings of, like, everyone's bad at something, and this is one of the things I'm bad at. See, I'm not going to go so far as to say it's the thing I'm bad at. It's one of the things I'm bad at.
I felt stupid during that game because it wasn't until that playing Infernax and watching Infernax that I had a realization that the Souls-like games, all the Souls games and the ones like them, they're based on games like that, like the Metroidvanias.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
At least
that.
I think so. Someone out there is probably going to be like, actually, that's totally wrong. And
but
now I'm going to fuck this worm to death.
I consider them to be Metroidvanias because, you know, it's real hard and hard to get health. And you save it like, you know, bonfire type things like
I got a big vein for you, Metroid.
Oh. But then also there's this situation where you sometimes can't go to certain places without new upgrades or whatever.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But that's my
do you know what
that's
is
my vibe?
Metroidvania / Souls-like is the one genre that you couldn't make a serious Sam game in.
Somebody could make it happen. Somebody could make it happen. I swear.
It would be difficult.
Charging and attacking. Please actually hit him. I'm gonna be sad.
Those missiles are just gonna peter out.
At some point it'll like dip down, and then the missiles will dip its dots. Oh, dude, I was getting it right, and it's like
they're still following it.
They
like a boss.
They have fuel for days. You know, a while back I saw some people arguing about whether it was even possible. Oh, they hit.
Nice.
They did hit. About whether it was possible to avoid like missiles in a spaceship.
I saw that argument
too.
Yeah.
Now, and it's like, I understand all of that, the stuff that they said, that like, you know, the missile, its turning radius and like specific impulse or whatever the fuck
should be tighter.
I'm just using words here that I have heard in videos.
It should be able to outturn you, and you would turn yourself into jelly or whatever.
The problem with that is, okay. We're talking about the bridge here. Kamikaze trap activated. No.
Fuck you and your tarp.
I don't even know what those motherfuckers were talking about. I don't really care. I don't really fucking care. Make your way through the town, and we're gonna paint the town. It's the king of all those motherfuckers.
His head must have been really huge before it got cut off.
so much meat. Like a while back, I did play through all of the old Serious Sam games, except for 3 and 4. And there was some similar things like that in 2, I believe. But anyway, the missile is going to have a comparatively very limited amount of like fuel and resources put into it, right? So shouldn't the missile theoretically like much more rapidly run out of fuel than your
so if you
ship?
could accelerate linearly.
So if you can like are we supposed to go down here? I think we're supposed to go down here. Anyway, you could like temporarily accelerate enough to stay away from it for long enough for it to explode. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm a big believer in this methodology. Oh, I was about to say something's about to appear right in front of our freaking faces. Come on, hit his head. Hit his head. There we go. Don't turn your back on a motherfucker with an ultimate crossbow. Thank you very much. Ultimate crossbowing sounds like something that would have been very popular in the late 80s or early 90s. Doesn't it?
Totally.
Doesn't it?
Maybe you combine it.
I would watch or engage in ultimate crossbowing.
Maybe you combine it with ultimate frisbee and you shoot the flying disc out of the air.
Bro, you, I want to subscribe to your newsletter. Thank you very much. I see you, bitch.
You know
I
what
see you, and I raise you a toasting.
Do you know what was an unaccountably excellent game that I thoroughly enjoyed? The weird that sports game on the PlayStation iToy, the one that it had a discus.
Oh no!
Oh god!
I almost froze to death.
It had discuses, but it also had ultimate frisbee, and you would like pretend to be throwing a frisbee with your controller with the light on it they still use for the PSVR.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Dude, that made me think about the one time I've played frisbee golf, and yes, I'm saying it frisbee golf. I ain't saying disc golf. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, we did play that a couple of times.
Well, the one time I remember playing it was when I went to camp, and it's one of those weird things like, does everyone all over the world go to camp? I don't know. We may have asked this question before, but I was so good at all of the like precision throwing and tossing things that they did at camp, including the frisbee golf. I was like fucking amazeballs at it and the archery. I just like wrecked everyone at it. Kind of like how at the old gaming tournaments I went to, I wrecked everyone at the ice hockey. I'm an ice hockey god.
Not ice hockey.
Air hockey.
Air hockey.
I got ice hockey on the brain.
Yes.
I wish I could wreck everyone at ice hockey.
Yes, that would be awesome.
He's destroylating that bridge or something like that. Not cool, bro.
Leave our infrastructure alone. Yeah, ice hockey is on the brain for me too. I just caught the sadness.
The Murica losing at ice hockey.
Yeah, I didn't tune into it until it was already the third period. I'm like, oh, we're winning, and then
we're losing.
Yep.
Yup.
I mean, props to the Slovakian team, especially their badass goalie. But
yup,
we got destroyed.
Destroyed. The secret Counter-Strike level. I don't know.
Destroyed.
Yes.
I
used to say that I destroyed people. I probably thought that was like really, really clever back when I played CS, and it was probably, I was just probably being a douche, you know? Okay, I've admitted for years that back when I played competitive CS that I was an incredible douche.
It went with the territory, you know?
Yeah, okay, here's the thing about that. I know this is gonna get very after school special, but it's not cool to be a douche just because everyone's being a douche.
I agree with that.
So, some people will be like, if your friends walked over a cliff, would you walk over a cliff? But what I would say is instead, if your friends were kicking a hobo in the nuts, would you kick a hobo in the nuts? And
that's a much better analogy.
That's why don't act
hobos.
like a douche. Yeah, don't act like
Anywhere.
a douche. And it's for the best that way. This is parenting lessons with Corwin.
This is the weirdest advice. Like, don't kick hobos in the nuts.
I mean, look, that's
it should go without
may
saying.
Sound a bit weird,
but it should go without saying.
It's like it's just true. It's a thing you shouldn't do, and yet there are people out there who would totally fucking do that. And that's why it's important for people to be informed that it's a fucking bad thing to do. No. Here I am going on one of my classic hobo defense rants, okay? No, okay, hold on. I've bitten off more than I can consume with my glory mouth. Yes, my glory mouth.
Sam does have a pretty big mouth. This is real.
Not as big as those dudes must have had before they lost their heads. Because if you can scream that well without a face, then how good must your face screaming have been?
Pretty good.
Before the tragedy. Yeah, yes, I assume that those guys were the victims of the tragedy. No, you don't. Oh, I see you. I see you thinking you get to exist over there and shit. I'm going to shotgun you
vampiric
right into your taint. Thank you very much.
No drinking the blood from Sam's balls.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Don't drink the blood of the innocent either. Sam is not innocent. But
no.
He's Hope murder sent the 18th.
Do you remember, I don't know if it was on like Hard Copy or A Current Affair or Inside Edition or whatever, one of those news magazine shows. Maybe even 2020, which is also a news magazine show. You remember in the 90s when there was like one of those shows aired a special about the vampire subculture and how these people were drinking blood, you know, consensually, but also sexually.
Yeah, it's like the blood drinking wasn't that bad, but the doing it sexually, that was the point that people in the 1990s
they couldn't handle
accept.
that. Yeah, it was like, this is dangerous.
Like they didn't want to accept any kind of sexual anything.
Yeah, but they were. It was like, I'll be damned if I'll accept blood drinking.
Yup.
And it was like, your kids need to know that there might be vampires around.
See, here's what I think about that. Isn't that more likely to make your kids think?
I want
like they're gonna see the photos of the sexy vampire lady,
be like, okay,
and they're gonna be like,
yeah,
don't mind if I do.
I'll donate a unit
Whoa,
of whole blood. Oh my God, that's gross. There's so many different ways
turning into Pervicus Maximus.
There's so many different ways that could be interpreted too.
Look,
I'm not gonna connect those dots.
Don't drain your dick blood into a woman's vagina. Just
see, you're
both gonna have a bad time.
That's one of the ways you can connect those dots. There are others.
That's where period blood comes from.
That's one of the others.
That's where period blood comes from.
Oh, from vampires?
No, dudes, all you kids out there who, you know, haven't been through all your health classes.
Oh, dude.
First the blood gets donated from a man's penis.
Oh,
that's
no,
just
see what? That's gross. And also, like, I feel like there's somebody out there who's so ignorant but they also have children.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No! I don't even want to. I don't even want to think
about somebody
actually thinking that. That is grotesque.
Oh my God.
Okay. This is gonna be a long level. So we're gonna stop here. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that schmexy thumbs up button. Make sure you ring the bell to keep getting notified of delicious waffle content. Waffle Bros signing out.